What's up everyone, I'm CallumOnToast, and in today's video we have the Master League Battle of Spice. Now typically you don't see much Spice in the Open Master League, and you don't really see any Master League content on this channel, at least not from myself, because it's incredibly difficult to run Spice in the Open Master League, but it's also incredibly expensive. And yes, I know I literally just invested in a Shadow level 50 Ghastly for the Open Great League, but the difference is I've got hundreds of Pokemon already built that I can potentially pair it with, whereas if I build a Spice pick for the Master League, I've got maybe 6 options to pair it with, which makes team building a lot more difficult. So let's give massive props to all the trainers that have participated in the Battle of Spice Master League Edition. I did only receive 10 submissions, so you'll get to see all 10 submissions in this video. And with that being said, let's get into the question of the day. If you had infinite resources, what would be your dream Spice pick for the Open Master League? Let me know in the comment section down below, and with that being said, let's get into the battles now. Alright, so going into the first battle, lead Aggron into a Sylveon, so a very good lead matchup for the Aggron. The opponent save swaps into a Mudslap Excadrill. That is a massive core breaker for the entire team. We're going to come in with the Delphox, and hopefully after we go for a Mystical Fire, actually no, we're not even running Mystical Fire. That is not ideal, but we're just about able to get the Fire Spin farm down. The opponent comes in with Gyarados, which Dragon Breath farms us down before we even make it to a charge move. That's really unfortunate, but luckily we got Xurkitree in the back. Really good response to this Gyarados, although we will have to shield this up. Xurkitree is a very glassy Pokemon. The opponent comes back in with Sylveon. We do bank a Discharge before swapping back into the Aggron. I really like that play. We're also going for Meteor Beam. This will boost our attack, and the opponent does use a shield, but now the Smackdowns are going to do even more damage in this matchup. They go for Moonblast. It is resisted damage. We will be able to make it to a Heavy Slam very comfortably, and this will be enough damage to easily take out the Sylveon, and the Gyarados will actually be able to Dragon Breath farm us down, but it doesn't matter as we can go straight for the Discharge, and this is easily gonna be one-shotting the Gyarados, and we're able to take that game. Into next game, we got a triple grass theme team in the Open Master League. That is absolutely insane, and we're gonna save swap into our Kanto Executor. Nearly said Alolan Executor because I haven't seen someone use a Kanto Executor for a very long time, let alone in the Open Master League. We go for a Psychic. The opponent will just be able to fully Dragon Tail farm us down, which is unfortunate, but we come in with our Tangrowth. Gonna shield the first one. They did farm up quite a lot, but they do bait with the Aqua Tail. Luckily for us though, they swap into Rhyperior. We're gonna go for a very risky Ancient Power bait. Not even sure why we're running Ancient Power instead of Rock Slide, but we can now let this move go through. The opponent goes for Super Power, which we do live. They debuff their defense, doesn't really matter, as a Power Whip would easily one-shot Rhyperior anyways, and the opponent's got Garchomp in the back, and that is perfect for the Abomasnow coming back in. We can go for a Weather Ball, and Weather Ball doesn't actually take them out there from full health. The opponent is going to go for a charge move. We're going to shield this up. They go for the Earth Power, and we can now go for the full farm down. They swap back into Palkia. They go for the combo play, but it's just an Aqua Tail, which we can very comfortably live. We're now going to go for the harder hitting Energy Ball, taking out the Palkia. We go for the Powder Snow farm down, and we're able to take that game. So going into the next game, we see Primarina into Dialga, so a fairly good matchup here. We are double resisting the Dragon Breath, and unlike most fairies, we only take neutral damage from the Iron Heads coming from Dialga as well, so that's great. We're going to go for a Disarming Voice, and the opponent lets the first one go through. Doesn't do that much damage in all honesty. We're now going to let the first move go through, as they do go for the Iron Head, although it still does quite a lot of damage, and they barely outpace us to the next charge move. So at this point, we're going to shield and probably commit to the farm down. Nope, we go for the Disarming Voice straight away. Personally, I would have tried to farm them down, but we grab a shield anyways, and we should still be able to charm farm them down. No, actually, Dialga wins that matchup. We come in with Ampharos, and this should just be another Iron Head, so we're going to let it go through. It is resisted by the electric typing, and we do get the resisted Volt Switch farm down as they come in with a Lugia. So we're going to go for a Brutal Swing. Unfortunately, Brutal Swing is not going to do that much damage up against Lugia. It's incredibly bulky in the Open Master League, and Ampharos just nowhere near the same CP here. I do believe this is a fully maxed out Ampharos though, and here we're going to shield in this matchup as we've got a Chestnut in the back, which would absolutely hate to see Lugia in the end game. So we go for the Brutal Swing, taking them out, and they've got Melmetal in the back, and we're down a shield, but we might be able to take this game. We're going for a Frenzy Plant bait. We can't really afford to debuff our defense, but the opponent calls the bait there. Really good call, and they now go for a superpower which debuffs their defense and their attack. So now we should very comfortably live the next one, and we might even live the next one as well. They do make it to yet another superpower, but we've now got the back-to-back charge moves. We barely lived that. Thundershock will not be enough damage to take us out, so we go for the first one, grabbing the shield. We can go for the second one, and hopefully this is enough damage to take out the Melmetal, and we're able to take that game. Into next game, we've got Shadow Swampert into Xerneas, so I don't know how this matchup goes. Probably not the best matchup just because of the stat product difference, but Shadow Swampert can still put in a ton of work. We're going to shield the first one, they go for a Moonblast there, and we're going to go for a Hydro Cannon, and this will probably grab a shield, it might not. Let's see, we grab the shield there, and we go for an Earthquake straight away, and if this connects, it will do big damage, but we get both shields from the opponent. At this point, I'd probably let the move go through, but no, we're going to double shield the Shadow Swampert here, and go for a Hydro Cannon as soon as we possibly can here. And this obviously will connect. They've got no shields. And now we're going to swap into our Togekiss. So we're going to let the move go through. Of course, we've now got no shields as well. Moonblast does quite a lot of damage. They swap into a Dialga here, and they will be able to outpace us to the charge move, which is unfortunate. But the opponent fully undercharges that, hoping to get the Dragon Breath farm down, but that allows us to reach an Aura Sphere, which takes out the Dialga there. I'm not sure if that was intentional by the opponent, if maybe they wanted us to take them out there, but we now come in with the Shadow Swampert. We do outpace the Xerneas, going for the Hydro Cannon, and they've got a Groudon in the back, so we are going to bank a Hydro Cannon, and then swap into a Como O, and hopefully we can live a charge move here. Precipice Blades is going to do big damage, but we do live that, and we make it to a close combat in time, and this is going to do big damage back towards the Groudon, but they might be able to Mudshot farm us down, but no, the opponent does throw their energy. They go for the Fire Punch, but we had the Hydro Cannon stored, and the opponent didn't have a Precipice Blades, so Hydro Cannon takes out the Groudon, and we're able to take that game. Into next game, we see Zarude in the lead here, up against our Glaceon. The opponent's going to swap into a Mewtwo. We don't have the best response, so we're actually going to go for an Icy Wind first. And Icy Wind does go unshielded. We swap into our Vikavolt. We're not running X-Scissor, which is unfortunate, but we do at least have Crunch. The opponent, for whatever reason, goes for a Focus Blast. That was a very odd decision there. I don't know what their second charge move could be, but you definitely don't want to go for Focus Blast. And this is a matchup where if we were running X-Scissor, it would be so good as it's double super effective. But unfortunately, we've only got resisted moves to throw into the Zarude. That is so unfortunate as we do make another charge move, but they fully fast move farm us down. They've probably got 100 energy. So we come in with the Glaceon. We are going to shield the first move. They go for a Dark Pulse. The second one coming through straight away, and this will go unshielded as we don't use our second shield here. We're going to go for the farm down, but the opponent swaps into a Togekiss. So this time we're going to go for another Icy Wind, grab the shield, and swap into our Arcanine. Now we do resist the charm damage. They're probably going to run Ancient Power as the charge move, although they might be running Aerial Ace. We're going to shield anyways. It is the Ancient Power. And now we're going to go for a Flamethrower bait, making sure we don't debuff our defense straight away. The opponent respects the damage anyways, and we will be able to make it to a Wild Charge. We farm to near the back-to-back, and this Wild Charge won't quite be enough damage to take them out, and actually, we can't Snarl farm them down either, so we go for a second Wild Charge, taking out the Togekiss, and the opponent is going to have to go for a charge move to take us out. We actually commit to the Flamethrower there, completely unnecessary as a Wild Charge would definitely take them out, but it doesn't matter. We come in with the Glaceon, get the Ice Shard farm down, and we're able to take that game. Alright, so going into the next battle, we've got Raikou into Giratina, and the opponent safe swaps into Dialga. We're going to respond with the Beware, which is unfortunate because Beware is such a hard answer to Giratina, but we've also got Darkrai in the back, so hopefully we can maintain alignment in this matchup, and that should be good. We're going to go for a payback there, grabbing a shield from the Dialga, and hopefully we can now farm to the back-to-back superpowers before the opponent can fully Dragon Breath farm us down. We're going to farm there. We actually didn't quite get to the back-to-back. This is risky as the superpower gets shielded. We debuff our attack and defense, but we make it to a second superpower just in time, taking out the Dialga, and we do maintain alignment. So now we can come in with the Darkrai, completely wall the Giratina, assuming they're not running Dragon Pulse, which is very unlikely, and the opponent stays in initially. They swap into their Togekiss, and we're in a great position. We're going to farm to the back-to-back wild charges. I do really like this play, and the first wild charge takes out the Togekiss. We make it to a Shadow Ball. The opponent can farm us down. It doesn't matter. We've got a move loaded on the Darkrai, and even if somehow they had Draco Meteor, it wouldn't matter, as Darkrai wins the CMP tie, and a Dark Pulse will be enough to take out the Giratina, and we're able to take that game. Into next game, we've got a triple Shadow team with a very interesting pick in the middle there in the form of Shadow Steelix, but we're leading into a Mudslap Rhyperior, so we're going to go for the Avalanche straight away, grabbing a shield, and the opponent is going to respond with a charge move of their own. They go for Breaking Swipe, debuffing our attack. We will be able to make it to another Avalanche before they do make it to Breaking Swipe number 2, and this Avalanche grabs the second shield from the opponent. We now come in with the Dragonite, catching the Breaking Swipe, which is an interesting play, but we do resist these Mud Slaps, double resisting them, but the opponent makes a really nice catch there, catching Dragon Claw onto their Mewtwo, and now they will be able to outpace us. They do throw straight away, so we can let this move go through. Dragonite will be going down to the Side Strike. We come back in with the Mamoswine, and unfortunately we lose the CMP tie here. We're going to shield this up, and then we can just go straight for the Avalanche, but unfortunately this will be enough damage to take them out, and we didn't really get a chance to overfarm. We come in with our Shadow Steelix. The opponent makes it to another charge move, but hopefully this is just another Breaking Swipe, and it is another Breaking Swipe. They're probably running the Rock Wrecker there as the secondary charge move, which would be double resisted, which makes sense as to why they're not throwing it. But now we can go for a Breaking Swipe up against the Yveltal here, and this is not going to do much damage, but it does debuff their attack. We go for another Breaking Swipe here, double debuffing their attack, and they throw straight away. This is crucial here because now we should be able to make it to an Avalanche in time. These Snarls doing almost no damage, and we get there on the CMP tie, this time winning CMP, taking out Yveltal, and one Powder Snow is enough to take out the Rhyperior, and we're able to take that game. And speaking of Rhyperior, we see it in the lead here up against our Venusaur, and do note about this team, we're actually running triple nukes here, well, exclusively nukes here, as we're going to come in with the Darmanitan, and we can tank that. We can only go for an Overheat. It would be cool if we were also running Focus Blast, but it doesn't really matter. Overheat probably does take them out from this range. We grab a shield, we make it to a second Overheat, but the unfortunate thing is that we did debuff our attack, so they should probably live that, but they do shield anyways, and they also throw. They don't commit to the farm down, so we can just let Ironhead number 2 go through and probably come in with our Chandelure, and we do exactly that. The opponent comes in with Lugia, unfortunately not running Poltergeist here, 2 single move fire types where the secondary charge move would have been really cool if we were running a second nuke, but it doesn't really matter. We can shield this up. We will be able to make it to a second Overheat before they do reach another charge move or before they farm us down. Overheat will be enough damage here, even with the debuff, to take out the Lugia. And the opponent comes in with the Rhyperior once again, so we're going to come in with the Venusaur. We make it to the Solar Beam, and this is massive overkill, but it one-shots the Rhyperior. They come back in with their Heatran here, and we can just let Venusaur go down, come back in with the Chandelure, and we should be able to live the Fire Spin damage and make it to an Overheat in time. So we can safely shield this up and go straight for the Overheat, and obviously from this range, Overheat will be enough damage to take out the Heatran, and we're able to take that game. Into next game, we got Togekiss into Shadow Snorlax, so interesting lead from the opponent there. Shadow Snorlax, a very expensive investment, very difficult to get the XL candies for, but we've got our Togekiss in the lead. We're going to let the Body Slam go through. We are running Aura Sphere, so we should be able to win the Zero Shield scenario, but we actually swap there, catch the resisted Body Slam onto our Tyranitar. Really nice play, although Tyranitar, not the safest swap. Luckily for us, this Haxorus is not running counter, it's running Dragon Tail as the fast move, so we will be able to make it to a Brutal Swing in time by not the best fast move in terms of the energy generation, but we do at least grab a shield, and we can completely wall this Haxorus when we come back in with the Togekiss, assuming they're not running Surf. But let's see, they go for a Breaking Swipe, so very unlikely that they are running Surf, and we come out with an Aura Sphere loaded to throw into the into the Snorlax coming back in, taking out the Snorlax, and they've got a Mewtwo in the back, and this is quite scary for us. We actually stay in, get off the charm damage just because that should hopefully put them into range where we can go for a Frenzy Plant to take them out. They actually go for Ice Beam there. I'm not sure what the secondary charge move is, maybe Shadow Ball or Focus Blast, but very interesting that they're not going straight for Side Strike here, and this might mean we can outpace them to the next charge move as they go for Ice Beam number 2. Can we get there in time? Yes, we can, but does a Frenzy Plant take out the Mewtwo from this range? Yes, it does, and we're able to take that game. And into the final battle of this video, we've actually got an Ultra League team in the Open Master League, leading with Steelix into a Giratina, so this probably is a good matchup despite the massive CP difference, just because Steelix is an absolute monster and Breaking Swipe is completely broken on it. So the opponent goes for the Shadow Ball, doesn't do too much damage, we get to a second Breaking Swipe, and this should allow us to live the next charge move here. They're going to go for the charge move, we are going to shield, and the opponent is going to go for another Shadow Ball, and now we can make it to a third Breaking Swipe in time, and this will still not do too much damage. It will get them fairly low, and now we should definitely live this charge move here from the Giratina. The opponent actually goes for Ominous Wind for some reason. They get the boost actually, but we come in and we get the perfect farm down with our Obstagoon. The opponent didn't swap out, and they've got a Dialga in the back, so who knows what they've got in the back here, because, I mean, the other Pokemon, because Dialga, not the best response. I know this is an Ultra League Obstagoon, so we're not doing too much damage with these cross chops, but we are still dealing super effective damage here. So we're going to use a shield. They go for an Iron Head. We should now outpace them. I probably see us go for a Night Sash, but no, we just go for the cross chop here, guaranteeing the KO, and we take them out. And they've actually got Zacian in the back, so interesting choice not to come in with the Zacian up against the Obstagoon, but we go for a Breaking Swipe here. This is their final Pokemon, so that attack drop will be permanent here, and that should allow Cresselia to do a little bit better in this matchup, as the opponent is going to go for a Play Rough. That doesn't do too much damage. We should very comfortably live a second Play Rough, but also Moonblast is not going to do much damage whatsoever. You can see it doesn't even do about 30% of their health. We do get them into the yellow health though, so that is a good thing here. But we are going to unfortunately get outpaced here, but that was quite fast. And it's actually a resisted close combat. I'm not sure why they threw that, but we have not revealed a Night Sash yet. So we go for the Night Sash, and we grab the final shield from the opponent, and that's perfect for us. The opponent is over farming, so actually all they have to do is farm to the back-to-back charge moves to take us out. Are they at the back-to-back moves here? They go for the Play Rough. I don't know why they did that, and now we can just go for a Grass Knot on the Cresselia, and this will be taking out the Zacian, and we're able to take that game. So that's going to be it for today's video. If you did enjoy it, please make sure you leave a like, leave a comment letting me know, and as well, don't forget to respond to the question of the day if you haven't done so already. And if you want to see more content like this in the future, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on post notifications. That way you'll be notified whenever I upload a new video. And if you're wondering how to vote for your favourite spicy battle from this video, I will be making a poll on YouTube probably tomorrow, so do watch out for that. And with that being said, thank you all so much for watching today's video, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.